Welcome to my video about one of the most common lessons that I give, job interviews. I would say that almost every single one of my adult students comes to me with questions about job interviews in English. Personally, I have had many jobs in my life. I am 30 years old and I started with small jobs like at a pizza place when I was 16. And so I've had many different positions and I've had many different job interviews. And so with that said, I know exactly what questions are being asked and what answers are most appropriate. When you have a job interview class with me, we are able to go from the beginning of the interview to the end of the interview flawlessly. My classes, based on job interviews, begin with breaking the ice or the introductions of when you arrive to an interview. We then get down to the more crucial and hard questions like, tell me about your previous job responsibilities. Tell me about your current job responsibilities. The hardest questions, even for native English speakers, are, tell me about your strengths. And even worse, tell me about your weaknesses. These are very common questions and are very easily responded to when given the correct guidance. I have made silly mistakes in interviews, and I've learned from them, and I know that now I never make these little mistakes. I have helped many of my students get new jobs or find work abroad. For example, I have a Russian student, a male, who was studying with me last year, and he is now in Thailand after living in Turkey for 6 months. He is definitely an inspiration to my job interview program. I really enjoy having these classes because it's not only good professional vocabulary for every student to learn, but it is useful for everyday life in many ways. One of the best parts of my job interview lessons is that we end with what we call mock interviews. By mock, I mean fake, false, not real. And so on our last class of the job interview lessons, I will be the interviewer and you will be the interviewee. And I will give you 3 consecutive interviews and an MP3 recording of those interviews so that you can listen to them and practice at your home at your convenience. You will also receive a document with all of your answers transcribed so that while you're listening to yourself, you can read exactly what you and I came up with. So, I really look forward to hearing from you soon so that we can discuss your future job interview. Take care. Bye-bye.